So this is this year's test for me. This is the first year that I've planted or set sweet potatoes in soil. I've always started them in a canning jar and water and rooted them that way, but started the slips and then peeled the slips, So I saw this method and figured why not give it a shot. So I had a bunch of sweet potatoes left over from last year and went ahead and put them in a planting tray. Put potting soil in, kept them just moist enough for the potato not to shrivel up or anything, and then kind of let the potato do its work. This is the result. There's several extra potatoes in here that never didn't grow anything. We'll find them here in a minute, but get this stuff out of here and get them planted. See where we're at. I'm sure I've got one massive roots though. So there's one. So I'm just gonna cut the tip of this potato off right down here and plant this whole thing and make that root. And that'll be one sweet potato plant. Now we got the roots intact, and then that's one. That one's probably not worth saving, it's too young. So go through here and do the rest. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. That's it. Sweet potatoes. You can almost see the bed they're in now. They just took over. I'm out here checking the sweet potatoes. This is actually a raised bed like that one. 15 sweet potato plants in this thing. I think they're doing pretty good this year. But we're coming on the very beginning of the harvesting dates. Oh, I got a weed here. The very beginning of the harvesting. They're running 85 to 120 days for harvest. We're right at day 85, so I'm gonna yank one out, check it out, see what it looks like, see if I gotta pull the rest. So down in here, this main brown root right here is the main trunk. Now you probably can't see much, but the base of it is right under here. And I don't want to pull a lot of these vines out because they go to different plants, but yeah, I'm gonna try to pull this thing out of here and see what I get. Bear with me. Alright, got this plant exposed here. So I'm just gonna pop this ground loose a little bit around the bottom. Look at that, there's sweet potatoes coming. Alright, so now it's time to pull this thing up. All those branches, so now I gotta go after it. One. There's a half decent one. All right, I'm gonna keep digging. So I was digging around, and I don't want to go too far that way because that's the rest of the plants, and I don't want to dig up any other plant. So I started working my way back around to the left, and I got that one exposed. So I just gotta dig around it till it loosens up. There it is. Pretty decent size. So I think this one plant has just gotten these 3 big ones, so they're not split, they're not damaged. I mean, that broke off the root where I was pulling on it. That one did too. That one I got right at the root. But I can let these go a little longer. They're not, the skins aren't too hard, so they're still growing and they won't split. So I'm gonna check back in a couple weeks, let the rest of these grow. And I reckon I don't need to wait. I've got potatoes from 2 years ago, got sweet potatoes from last year, so I'm gonna go ahead and dig the rest of these out today while I have time. Gotta call the vines out, then I'll get all the plants exposed. All right, now that I got that pile of vines cut out and the bed exposed, I left all the base of the plants to where I could see them. So I go through and pull them all up, and then I got a potato shovel to get in and around to make sure I can verify I've got all the loose ones. So time to dig. Not too awful bad. Had a couple of runt plants that in the middle, they were slower than everybody else, so, but not too awful bad.